Hello kids and welcome back to Life in the Woods. The mini-map is working as it should. Now it's a little laggy right now and give my poor PC some grace here. Because last night we did a little thing. So we had previously switched PCs, you know, the boyfriend and I, and we both kept like our hard drives and graphic cards because his is like more, he got like a, you know, fancy graphics card for being able to properly test out all the stuff that he's programming, and you know, when he like goes into Visual Studios that everything's gonna load and all that sort of stuff. But here's the thing with him having my old PC now, the like power supply thingy or something like that is not ideal for his graphics card. And he had like a few times where it sounded like the graphics card was running super fast, and then his PC shut off. So because for a little bit now he was like, I'm not even sure if you know, maybe the graphics card got fried or something. And then yesterday he opened up the PC and it seemed like it was just like a little cable that was a tiny bit loose, because when he held that up it started again, everything was fine. But he was like, you know what, Kiwi, this is a expensive graphics card, I don't want to fry it with my PC now. How about you have it? So now we basically have the whole boyfriend setup. Shout out to him. I was literally like, no, if it works, you should have it. But he was like, I don't want to, as long as we don't change the power supply thingy. I don't, yeah. So now we have a AMD 1790 or something like that. I don't hecking know. I didn't buy this thing. I didn't even know what graphics card I had before that, really. No, I had a NVIDIA 2070, which I always felt very fancy with, but then it turns out I was allowed to feel fancy with that like 7 years ago. Things and technology have changed since then. Okay, let's get traveling! Oh, okay, it does work. Okay, this is the path that we were on. Okay, we just, yeah, we keep on going east, I guess. Yeah, we have walked quite far. I'm not gonna scroll through all these blocks. It is a little laggy right now. Could just be the chunks loading and all that, but maybe I do also just need to do some stuff in here. Technically, it should be running pretty smoothly now, but I don't know. Actually, with the chunk loading, I'm gonna put that back to smooth. Maybe this is why we recently had issues with carpenters, because I think that is like the only thing or at least the only thing that I remember changing. Yeah, we need to go in this direction. Alright, let's go. And yeah, today is my first day on the third ADHD medication. And, you know, I have done a lot of thinking and also just like a lot of reading about people's experiences. And if we ignore my issues with the side effects that I've had that made me switch meds now all this time, back and forth. Oh, that's just a tree. I think I may have fallen into the early days of ADHD meds trap. Because, you know, when you first experience your brain getting all the little things it needs to run like a normal brain, you get that, oh my god, I can conquer the world, I can do everything feeling, which I had, and that was amazing. For me, that was combined with just like, you know, physically wanting to get up and do things, which was weird, but it was nice. Like, I got stuff done, you know? And yeah, I had that for about a week, and then we got the heat wave, then I got the rash, then I switched meds, then the heat wave stopped, then I was trying to figure out how to, you know, get that amazing feeling back, and I you know, start noticing things like, okay, if I don't eat breakfast, the meds hit a little bit harder, and I feel a bit more energized, but it's still not, like, fully back to that feeling. I apologize for my dog in the background, by the way. I think it could maybe just be my body being used to the dosage now. And that doesn't have to mean that it's too low of a dosage, you know? Because, to be fair, for like the past week or 2 weeks, I haven't been sleeping that incredibly amazingly well for various reasons. So in the morning, what I've been doing lately is I do lay back down in bed, yes, but I'm on my phone and I don't fall asleep. But if I to be fair, I always set an alarm. Sometimes I'm like, okay, the alarm is going off in 10 minutes. I'm just gonna lie here, close my eyes and rest for a moment. And, you know, then I do start feeling energized, and then I do start getting things done. Oh my, I didn't see that this was quicksand. Can we get out like this? Okay. Just like, the frame rate, to be fair, my OBS also reset a bunch of things, because now it's like, hey, where's all like video encoding thing gone? Give me new options. And I was like, oh my god, I don't remember what I've had beforehand. What the heck do I select here now? So I hope everything is okay-ish. It will keep on improving, don't worry. Jade clips or Jade clips? Free stuff, don't mind if I do. Yeah, so, you know, it is just easier for me to not spend a, like unintentional 5 hours asleep and then hate myself afterwards. It is a little bit easier for me to get started on tasks. Yes. Not as in like, oh, I have energy, I want to do this. Is more like I have energy. I could do it, or I scroll Reddit a little longer, or I could, you know, look at the column on SMP and then have a good time there. I don't know, but I will keep like a little. I think I will make a live spreadsheet sort of thing where I really just write down how much did I sleep roughly, how quality like was the sleep. This is the tiniest Jade clips ever. I love it. To be fair, I think we have a bit more there. Okay, but this little island is super cute. I love it. Yeah, and like, what did I eat? Did I notice any side effects? And blah 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 blah. I do want to start exercising again, not just for health reasons, not just for building up my stamina for vacation, but simply because I've read about people doing a lot better on their meds when they do exercise. So, you know, I do want to fully give that a try. Pretty Jade clips. Okay, screenshot worthy for the coordinates. And yeah, I just want to, you know, keep track of everything, and I'll like try to present that to my psychiatrist maybe the next time I'm there, just to see you know, how this actually affects me on like a long-term basis, where, you know, I can sit down at the end of every day and sort of rate how energized did I feel, how much did I actually end up getting done, how was my mood, blah blah blah, instead of, you know, just sitting there and being like, oh yeah, I think like the past million decades have been okay, but I don't really remember, so I can't give you a concrete clear feedback on this, so I guess we'll never figure out the right dosage for me. You know, just wanna maybe put in a little bit of effort for this. I mean, I don't know if I'll keep it up while we're on vacation. I mean, I'm actually really excited to see how I will be doing during that time. Just because, you know, I mean, first of all, I'm just excited because vacation. And then, you know, vacation with the love of my life. Like our first proper vacation together. That's not just like a little trip somewhere where we stay for a weekend because we're going somewhere for a concert or anything. And I do love my parents. Yes, I do very much appreciate all that they are doing for me and the ways they support me. And, you know, the days that I had energy, they also very much appreciated the ways I have supported them. To be fair, I have been doing a lot more since I started taking the meds. I am a lot more, just, you know, if my mom's exhausted to take care of laundry, I'll do it for her. Like the little things, you know, it's so you know, yeah, I've been doing my part of. I'm trying to catch up on years of depression. What I'm trying to say is, you know, I love them, but I am also just excited to, you know, not be around them for like 1.5 weeks. You know, just because there are just little things that annoy you. I guess that's like natural, you know, but yeah. That combined with like a lot of feelings and emotions that I will probably be feeling, you know, I could imagine that I might be very overwhelmed just by the fact that it's a big city, it's noisy, so many people, and all that. Could be way too many impressions for my small little brain. But I don't know. Like when I was younger, teenage me was really fascinated with the idea of possibly moving to New York City one day, because back then I just wanted to be able to like blend into a crowd, you know, where everyone just goes on about their lives and you see hundreds of people every day, and in a way you don't really matter in that sense, you know, you're just like another little thing that people pass by and not think about, versus in my small town, I get asked if I hop into the grocery store on a Monday to pick up a couple things that we needed. Well, I'm getting groceries on a Monday because otherwise I'm only there on Thursdays, and well, what are you doing here? You know? You know what I mean? So maybe I will realize that big city life is good for my brain, because it makes me feel like I'm just a small dot and, you know, I don't need to overthink everything. Or maybe I'll be completely overstimulated and will be very happy to be home again. I don't know. We will see which one's gonna be. Maybe a mix of the two too. I don't know. Actually, not this backpack, sorry. Yeah, it is. The frame rate is not ideal. I'll look into this more tonight. Just any like settings I might need to do and all that. Whoa, okay. That is not as deep as I thought it was, but it looked scary enough with lava and a creeper next to it. No thanks. Like, how many frames do we have? 27. 22, 17, 19. I just want to say, after we did the PC switch, I had... How many did we reach triple digits at some point while traveling? So I'm side-eyeing this a little bit right now. But I mean, my settings are like the same way. Okay, maybe we should turn down the render distance a little bit again. I will take a screenshot of what we had it at, just for the sake of being able to go back to that once back home. Maybe 16. But we need to remember these are all unloaded chunks, and this world is almost 15 gigabytes in size already. And it is a heavily modded old Minecraft version, you know, it's not like the easiest thing for... But still, I don't like this. Do I see a hiko tree there? I think I see a hiko tree. It is not what I was hoping to see. I don't think that is a structure. I think that's just like a little bit of rock exposed around dirt. Let's see, how many hiko trees are we going to find on this trip? Yep. Oh, the frame rate is not good. You'd think I have a bunch of things open in the background, but no, I don't. I still have the habit of, I close Discord, I close Steam, I close Firefox, I close the random folders that I have open and whatnot. Like, I just really, what I have open right now, Minecraft, OBS, and Spotify, and, well, technically also my music title display tool called Snip. That one's also on, but everything else, I quit for the best possible performance. Yeah, this is worse than it was before. I do have like all the software for the graphics card, which is weird. We are still on our usual shader. I don't want to go too much into the settings here, really. I don't want to spend millions of years trying to figure all of this out, but I am confused that it's running worse than it did before. Maybe we'll go down to 12, but I don't really want to go any lower. I will definitely test more after this episode. I apologize for things being a bit all over the place. Yeah, I will have a long recording day tomorrow, and also probably the day after tomorrow, which I am excited for. I need that. My non-existing prepared content needs that. Vacation is getting closer, but the number of uploads prepared is not really getting bigger. That's not the sort of combination I want. I like the river going through here. It's kind of cool. Or is it actually ocean, possibly? Cute doggos. Okay, do we have... technically, when we find different stone varieties now, we should really stop and grab some of them. We're not gonna do that just yet, I think. But what we are going to do... I apologize for dropping the shears. My dog also doesn't agree with that. How could I do such a thing? Given that we still haven't set up our little animal fun area. Cherry Blossom Groove with 0 FPS pretty much. Oh my god. I have a better setup now. It should be running more smoothly and not worse. I don't see the other sheep. I don't really care. To be fair, yes, these forests also eat at your frames, but it was definitely... We've had in a sacred oak biome over 100 frames. And now you're telling me not a couple bigger trees are bringing my PC to its knees? I don't agree with that. Yeah, my dog also doesn't. Thank you. Thank you for the support, girly. Talking about not being able to sleep well lately, I have mentioned before how amazing our little sugar boo has been doing. I know it's been like 2 years and 2 months now, almost, since we adopted her, and she has been doing so incredible. Like, she's really starting to enjoy cuddles and all that. She's realizing being a dog can be fun. And something that has been going on for a long time that I love was she loves spending time with me. I appreciate that. But she twitches a lot in her sleep. Like, every time she's in the background when I record, she's gonna be twitching, and I have to somehow wake her up by shutting the doors to, not have her have nightmares all day. I mean, I don't know if they're necessarily nightmares, but with how badly she's twitching, I'm assuming, because there's a difference between a little, oh, I'm chasing a deer across the meadow twitch, and oh my god, I'm running for my life, I'm being haunted by whatever I have experienced in my doggo life, you know? So that, and the fact that when my dad wakes up in the morning at 5 a.m., she wants her breakfast. So when we got her to sleep in the hallway at night, which also made her happy, I guess, because she can be on her little guard dog duty, that was nice, you know? No waking up 5 times during the night because she is being noisy by twitching and all that. No waking up at 5 because she wants to be let out of the room. No waking up a bit after 5 again because she wants to be let back into the room. Like, it's been going well. Sometimes you also have to add in just randomly going out into the hallway in the middle of the night and then wanting to be let back in a while later. So, you know, I've been happy with how things have developed there. And I don't know what it is, but lately, usually she comes back into the room when our alarm goes off at like 6:20. You know, it's like I get up, I go to the bathroom, I leave the door open, dog goes in. But when I go downstairs to make breakfast, I close the door. Or like sometimes when she doesn't go in, while I'll leave the door open for her, she's gonna go in sneakily while my boyfriend gets ready. And she stays in the room while we have breakfast. Why that every morning lately for like the past week or two she is scratching a little bit after 5 after she had her breakfast and she wants back into the room. Like, yes, I do think it's really cute that she wants to, you know, spend that time with us. I appreciate that, but it's just such a struggle because it's like I wake up, I have to let her in, then it's like, oh crap, I need to pee, so it's like another time getting up, and then you know, trying to fall back asleep for like 30 minutes, and it's just not it. So my sleep, which is already a little bit limited lately, just because bad time management, is more limited because my dog is very attached to me. Yes, I am a little bit worried about how she will keep up while we are on vacation. Because we will be basically gone. We'll be gone for 13 days. We are only in London for 11 nights, but we do leave pretty early in the morning. And then we come back at night, pretty much. Because the flight back, like, the flights are actually quite of a struggle. I don't know if I'm so sorry for the frame rate. Really, I don't know what this is. The flights are a struggle. So, we want to go to London. We would take the Bremen airport. Now, technically, that should be like a what? 1.5, 2 hour flight, I'd say. Those exist, yes. But they were kind of expensive. So instead, we are flying from Bremen to Munich, and then from Munich to London. And the same thing again for the way back home. Really, we have no frames. Why do we have 13, 53, 20, 59, 45, 17? Make up your mind. So, because I did not want to have to leave the hotel, you know, on our day back home at like 4 in the morning and have to worry about getting back to the airport because we are landing in Heathrow. I really wanted to get one lands in London City, but those were like a little bit more expensive, I think, but the bigger problem was the time. Because it was either like we arrive in London at 7 in the morning, or we arrive at like 7 p.m. Sort of around that time, more or less. So basically, just not ideal when you want to have like a little bit of your day still, you know, go to the nearest grocery store, pick up some boys of wa, and you know, go somewhere, grab a bit to eat, and then call it a day. Like, that's just not it. I know we could have gone for the early arrival one. But then it's like the hotel has to hold your luggage, and you know, I'd rather arrive during the day and, you know, all that. So yeah, but the issue is the flight back home. I think we are arriving at like 8 p.m. which is not the end of the world, you know. I just hope we're gonna get out of the airport pretty fast then, because I don't want to have my parents waiting in the pickup area for too long. And I mean, then we do also still have to drive home. But yeah, that will be quite a journey. I will, of course, I know I've mentioned my real life channel a lot before with my weekly vlogs that I've been doing for many years that are bound to be uploaded soon. TM. You know, I think once the ADHD meds and once we get along and I get a good routine and everything just becomes easier somehow, once that happens, yep, the channel will be active and I'll get started on all of that, and I will be uploading basically week 1 of 2022, 2023, 2024. No, wait. I think only 2023? I know I met my boyfriend in 2021 and I decided not to finish filming that year just because I was like, okay, actually this year has been a bit messy. Just, you know, figuring out my whole new life situation here. With how short some of these vlogs would have been and me being stressed towards the end of the year about everything. I was like, oh, I'll just start new next year. So I think it's 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and now 2026. Is that correct? Oh boy, I am insane. Yeah, so I will of course be vlogging a lot, and I hopefully, you know, when I go out in my small town, I don't vlog because I think I would be very strangely looked at for that. If I'm like ever in like, you know, bigger cities like Bremen or Hamburg, I don't vlog myself, but you know, if I'm at the bookstore, I filmed books, that sort of thing. But I'm still too scared to vlog in public. But I feel like in a city of millions, I can do that because everyone's gonna be their own little influencer type of thing. I still hate that word. I'm not a influencer, I am a content creator. I'm not trying to influence anyone over here. Unless you want to play Life in the Woods, then I'm very much trying to influence you. But, you know, I just want to share fun little bits of life and good looking food and you know, put in some little clips of me cleaning here and there to maybe motivate people and yeah. That's it. There's not a lot of influencing to influence around there. Yeah, I just want to, you know, be able to make cute little videos in the end with the London content. Yeah, I did actually. What was it called? I downloaded a app because I wanted to see how much or like public transportation tickets are gonna end up being here. The TFL Go app. I wanted to already, you know, because it appears like you can book the tickets in advance, which is cool. I wanted to do that, but then I was like, oh crap, I need to go grab my card, which is in like all the other half of the room, and I haven't done that yet. And I did that this morning. Yeah, okay, I will do that after I finish recording. Because I do want to do a bit more planning today. The lag. I'm so sorry. Next episode will be better. Oh, we have a shield coming up. I love that. I think my vision is getting better, by the way, still, which is nice. Yesterday it was a bit scary. 2 times I had little like white spots in my vision as if I was like, you know, directly staring into the sun, but it just happened as I was doing normal stuff. And it also happened one time as I was recording Paralives yesterday. I wanted to, record a couple episodes. And half an hour in, I suddenly couldn't see that much anymore. So that was kind of freaking terrifying. Hasn't happened today yet, which I really, like, basically do that in real life. And that is what I was experiencing, and it was not fun. I was kind of terrified, because I was literally talking about in the recording how, it's been getting a little bit better with my vision, and the eyes haven't been itching anymore since I got the eye drops, and hey, maybe third time's gonna be the charm with the new med, and we can figure everything out. And my eyes were just like, nah, how about we just don't? Yeah, life is a bit of a roller coaster, but hopefully gonna have a productive evening today. Do some London planning, do some Life in the Woods FPS testing, and then tomorrow and the day after tomorrow I will record a lot. I might also do some live streaming. Not a Life in the Woods crime stream, but possibly something else. Maybe a Problem one or something, but also possibly other stuff. I do not know. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Stay hydrated, stay happy, take your meds, take your vitamins, be careful of side effects, and sorry for the frames. If my ancient graphics card can run this more smoothly than this high quality thing, then something is not set up the way it should be. So, gonna work on that now. And yeah, goodbye!